Cool. 9.4 quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And that a, b, and c, remember we talked about last class, is coming from your quadratic equation, wherein a is in front of x squared, b is in front of x, c is your constant term. And don't forget, one side has to be set equal to 0 before you can pick out what number is which for you. All right, so scrolling up. Of course, always, if I scroll up too fast, let me know. Here we have negative 4x squared minus 7x plus 2 equal to 0. We are good as far as picking out A, B, and C right now because we have one side already set equal to 0. Once that's the case, A is negative 4, B is negative 7, C is 2. So, I didn't point out, but this is just another way to solve. The last two classes, we talked about different ways of solving these quadratic equations. This is just another way of solving the quadratic equation. In each case, no matter which method you choose, you still get the same answers. But, when you're doing this stuff on your own without any hints or guidance, and you just have the direction to say solve, it's best to have options on what you can solve and how you can do it. So here, don't forget that there is a minus sign in the formula that's sitting in front of B. And also we're plugging in negative 7. So that is going to be negative 7 plus or minus negative 7 squared minus 4 times negative 4 times 2 all over 2 times negative 4. Negative to negative turns positive, so that's positive 7. Negative 7 squared is 49. 4 times 4, negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Times 2 is 32. Two times negative 4. Whoa, negative 8. That's 7 plus or minus 49 plus 32. 81. Square root of 81 is 9. And now, since you can add and subtract 7 and 9 from each other, you can go ahead and break that up. That's 7 plus 9 over 8. 7 minus 9 over 8. 7 plus 9, 16. 16 divided by 8 is 2. 7 minus 9, negative 2 over 8, negative 1/4. Those are your solutions. If they come out to solid numbers like this, that means you also could have factored that trinomial as well. All right, questions so far? Let's change the variable up. All right. Here we have 4y squared equal to negative 4 minus 1. Oh, hold on, what was the last one? I'm going back down. Oh, okay. No, I got 4 in front. Okay. So we need to set one side equal to 0. It doesn't matter which one. Which side you set equal to 0. Everything would even out or work itself out, give you the same values at some point. I like to have my leading coefficient positive. That's just me. So what I would do is add 4y to add 1 to both sides. Once again, it doesn't matter if I wanted to take the 4y over here by subtracting 4y squared. I could have. Either way, once again, if you do everything correctly, you'll still come up with the same solutions. So that means A is equal to 4, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to 1. All right, so that's negative 4 plus or minus 4 squared minus 4 times A, which is 4, times C, which is 1. All over 2 times A, which is 4. All right, so this is negative 4 plus or minus 16 minus 16 all over 8. Negative 4 plus or minus square root of 0 over 8. Of course, square root of 0 is 0. So we just have negative 4 over 8. We only have one solution, which is negative 1/2. That means we had a repeated solution of negative 1/2 for this. Trying to find one that doesn't work out evenly. How that one works. I think this will do it for us. All right, questions on that one? All right, 12x squared minus 8x plus 3 equal to 0. So I just say equal to 0. So we can pick out A, B, and C. So that's negative 8. Once again, make sure you don't lose a negative. There's a negative in the formula, and we're plugging in negative 8. All right, so we have negative 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 12, which is A, times C, which is 3, all over 4 times A, or 2 times 4. I'm going to do it that way. Negative 8 squared is 8. Plus or minus 64. Minus 4 times 12 times 3. About so. all over 8. All right, so that's going to be a negative 80. All right, hold on a second. All right, so now this right here, before we go any further, we do need to simplify. Square root of negative 80. Where can I get some room? I'll come down here.
Professor.
Yes, sir.
I thought negative numbers, even numbers that are negative, you can square, they turn into imaginary.
Well, yeah, that's why I said we need to break it down.
Okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So that's why I'm coming down here and doing some work on it. So like your classmate mentioned, whenever you take the square root of a negative, that turns imaginary. So that's the first part of this. So that square root of a negative goes away and turns into I. Then also I can look at this 80 and say, okay, what can I break it up, or how can I break it up so that I can at least take the square root of part of it to see if that is possible. So 80 is going to be 16 times 5. Remember, you break this up. So in other words, I wouldn't break this up into 2 times 40 because I couldn't take the square root of 2 or 40 evenly. I could do 4 times 20, but within this 20, I still have another 4 that I can still take the square root of. So if I were to do that, just remember, make sure you fully analyze the 20. If you have to break it down another time, then you can. Either way, you still come up with the same answer. You just have to add an extra step. So it's always easiest to look for the largest factor that's in the 80 that you will be able to take the square root of. And that for us in this case is this 16. So this I square root of 16 times square root of 5. Square root of 16 is 4. And so the best way to write this, or one of the ways of writing this, for I square root of 5. Some people also write this as 4 square root of 5 I. Just make sure you don't extend this over the I, and you're still okay. But I like to write mine this way, so that's just me. All right. So let's go ahead and finish this. I'll bring it down a little further. So you're looking at 8 plus or minus 4I squared root of 5 over 8. And this 8 goes into each term. If you're going to break it up, you have to break it up in this way. And 8 over 8 is 1. 4 reduces into that 8 and leaves you with I square root of 5 over 2. And that is your answer. Also, you want to make sure that your answer is in standard form, in which you're talking about A plus BI, A plus minus BI. The real part first, imaginary part second. So that's called standard form. So they always, whenever you're dealing with imaginary numbers, and then, whenever you have, this type of setup, they want A first, your real part first, and then the imaginary part second, called your complex numbers.
Professor, what happened to that 4?
You talking about this 4?
Yeah, the 4, yes.
It reduced into the 8.
So 4, so divide 4.
So
4.
in other words, if you have 4 over 8, how do you reduce that fraction?
Be 1/2.
Right. That's what happened.
So where did the 1 go?
Remember, it's always understood. If you don't see it, just like in front of x, there's 1x.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so in front of the square root of 5, they assume there's a 1.
Got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. And of course we couldn't add those together because they're imaginary and they're square root. So that's just where you would end it. So make sure you take note of how that's set up and then look at, where's that last one we had? Here, because we can add the 9 and 7, subtract 9 and 7. That's why you keep going further. Get solid numbers here. You cannot combine these terms. So you leave them the way they are. All right. Questions.
Basic professor, I want to make sure I got the gist. You just take it, you would have an equation. Take A, B, and C of that equation and just plug it into the formula.
That's it. And then simplify accordingly. Yep.
Just memorize the formula.
Yep. Yeah, there used to be a song. I'm pretty sure you can look it up. There's a song that goes along with it. Help you with memorizing it,
How would the question be on a test or
Solve.
what's the quadratic formula or?
I might say solve using the quadratic formula.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. Not too bad, right?
More memorization.
You can take it, sir. You can handle it. Trying to see, use the vertex formula. See if they're asking y'all to do anything different other than finding the vertex in this next section. If so, then yeah, we might as well knock it out. Give me one more second. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm going to save next section.
I just want to say, like Shaggy, it wasn't me. I didn't vote for the class. For the record, on this recording, I did not vote for the class.
Well, no, we have time, and there's no real, I mean, because there's only one section left as far as new material is concerned, and you guys have enough to chew on, and you aren't the only one that needs time to catch up. You know what I mean? So I know you're the only one who has expressed it, but you're not the only one who needs the opportunity to catch up. So yeah, and then so that means that next class we could just focus on vertex, getting our vertex and everything like that versus having this added to it. Because because we're not having class next week. Once again, though, I'll throw this out there. If you have any questions, though, feel free to email me. Or if you want to set up a time to meet individually, you can. I'm just not holding the class to meet up at a certain time. Because I know some people will meet up anyway just to check in, just to make sure they aren't missing anything. I don't want to hold anybody to that. Give you guys opportunity once again get caught up and try to figure out this Thanksgiving thing, because some people do need the opportunity to try to figure this thing out. So that means we're not coming back until December 1st. And we can do 9-6 days. So you got December 1st, December 3rd. So as far as classes go, December 1st, December 3rd. So it's going to be 8, 10. And then that next week is our last week. So it's 7-15 and then 17. So we got all of these days to play around with. So of course we would knock out 9-6 there. Then from there you're just talking about reviewing. I need to check on these days. I think we do not meet on this day. But you still, you know, at that point, really, it's all about you guys getting those tests in and getting with the testing center, Mr. Davis, and taking your test. So, yeah, that's what it would be after November, not November, after December 1st. You coming to class really would be up to you. I will meet at those appointed times, at the appointed times, but really it will be about you getting your work done and then going to get your test in with Mr. Davis in the testing center, you know, by December 18th. SIS gives us December 18th as our last day, which is Friday. All right. Any questions? Like I said, we'll do 9-6 on December 1st when we come back. All right. So if you guys are good, I'm good. Like I said, don't hesitate to email me. Or like I said, if you want to set up a time, as long as you're not trying to meet on Thanksgiving, I'm good with you. So shoot me an email if you want to meet outside of class during next week. So I will see you guys December 1st. Have a great weekend. Have a great holiday and be safe.
Professor Tucker, happy Thanksgiving, happy birthday.
Thanks. Same to you. Appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving, Professor Tucker.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I forgot you.
You say again?
Your birthday on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. You know, I got this rotation going on. I believe it was Miss Chambers who had the same thing. I think she said hers was the day before.
Well, happy birthday, doll.
Appreciate you, sir.
And thank you.
Yep, not a problem. All right, you guys, take care.